Hey guys, in this video I'm going to interview the top riders in Thailand Supercross, and we will see them race as we do right here in this clip. But before we watch more racing, let's have a talk with them and do the interviews. So in the first interview I'm interviewing Ben Prasit Holgren, two-time Supercross champion of Thailand, and I highly apologize that the microphone was actually not working for the interview, so I'm going to do a voiceover. So basically I'll just talk about the questions and the answers that we go through in this interview, and please bear with me that the microphone wasn't working. I think it got overheated in the sun because it worked both before and after these interviews. So the first question that we asked Ben is, what does he eat for breakfast on race day? And this was super cool for me to hear. I got really happy because it's exactly the same that I normally eat for breakfast, and that is an omelette with a little bit of cheese on and some rice, so that the body has everything it needs, both carbs and protein and fats. And the next question I asked him is if he wants to tell me his warm-up routine before he raced. And then he explained his warm-up routine, where actually most of his time is spent on stretching and increasing his mobility, because it's already very hot in Thailand, so you don't need to do much to actually get the body temperature up. So increasing his mobility is the main focus, which also helps reduce injury risk in the case of a crash, because as he mentioned, motocross of course is a dangerous sport, so you need to do what you can do to prevent injuries. Then I asked him how his qualifying went and what position he got in time qualifying. And he explained that he got 4th fastest lap time in the time qualifying session yesterday, but he doesn't really worry about being 4th in time practice, because his main focus is on race day, and that's where he's going to put in all his effort. And my last question for Ben was what start gate he was going to pick. And he explained that he was going to pick one of the inside gates because he was worried about getting squeezed out at the first turn. And as we will see later when we watch the race, or some of the race footage, he actually got a decent start. So that was my last question for Ben Prasit Holgren. And again, thank you so much, Ben, for doing this interview, and good luck for this championship riding for Team Yamaha Thailand. Okay, the next rider that we're going to interview is current points leader Krit Sadar, riding for Honda Thailand and a 4-time champion in the Thailand series. So the first question is what he eats for breakfast, and he also eats something simple like rice and eggs usually, and just making sure that the body both has some carbs and some protein before getting out there. And by the way, it's my wife doing the interviews because it's in Thai language. So the next question is if he have any warm-up routine before he go out to the race. And he explains that his warm-up routine is focused on warming up his arms because he doesn't want to get arm pump. So a lot of his warm-up is just to make sure that his arm muscles and the blood flow in his arms is up and running before he go out and race. And then we asked him what starting gate he wanted to pick for the race start. And he explained that he would want to pick one of the middle gates because it has a more straight line coming into turn 1, because one of the inside gates might be too tight. So let's see how it goes in the race. Later we will see how they all do in turn 1. Last question, how was his qualifying? And he qualified around 8th, but he didn't really worry about it. And then I joked that he was probably like Cooper Webb, that usually he doesn't care if he doesn't do that well in qualifying, because racing is all that matters really. So thank you so much to Krit Sadar for this interview, and we wish you the best of luck for this championship. And again, I'm sorry that the microphone didn't work. Also for Team Honda, sorry that we interview your rider without the microphone working. So here's the next rider, also from Team Honda Thailand, that we're going to interview. That's the teammate of Krit Sadar, and his name is Vitsarut. And as you can see, he's riding with number 23 on his bike, so I asked him if he's a Chase Sexton fan, and he replied yes he is. Also he's a Michael Jordan fan, just like Chase Sexton himself. And then we asked him what he eats for breakfast on race day, and he replied that on race day he prefers to eat a lot of carbs. So that means, for example, eating a lot of rice and then less eggs and meat, for example. And he explains that this will make sure he has enough energy during the race. And then we asked what he do for his warm-up routine before the race, and he explained that his warm-up routine is a full body warm-up routine where he focuses on all areas and all muscle groups of the body. So unlike our other 2 riders that we talked to before, he does a more usual and classic warm-up routine. During the interview, his teammate Krit Sadar came over to check there was no screws loose for the interview. Thank you to Krit Sadar, and good to see them joke around a bit. And now the last question we asked him is what gate he wants to pick for the race. And he says he wants to pick an inside gate, and with the usual reasoning that this is the shortest line from the starting gate to the turn. So big thank you to Vitsarut from Honda Racing Thailand, and good luck in the race today. Okay, now it's time to watch them race. Now it's the main event race, the A-Class 250 Thailand Championship. Here we go! Okay, in your left side of the screen you see Ben Prasid, number 31, and he's in third place. And here in the center of the screen you see rider number 17, Krit Sadar, that we interviewed, the current points leader, and he's around 7th place. And here in the middle of the screen you see the third rider that we interviewed with number 23 on, Vitsarut, and he's around top 10. Whoa! Did you see the guy got squeezed out?
Yeah.
He's number 3. Now he's number 2 already. Wow. Ben is in second. Whoa! Whoa! And look at this guy, he's just rolling because he just crashed on the previous lap, just flying straight into a mud hole. So here's the leader coming through. Ben Prasid. Krit Sadar. And Vitsarut. Okay guys, so now you have seen the top Supercross riders in Thailand, and you've seen them ride, and you have seen me talk with them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We are not going to go through the whole race because the race is over 20 minutes long. So to keep the video short, we're just gonna end it here. Today was actually a really hot day and it was hard to focus. And all the top riders that we talked with today actually finished outside the top 5. And sadly Ben Prasid, he crashed on his last lap. So I want to wish him a good recovery. And again, thank you to both Ben Prasid and Krit Sadar and Vitsarut for participating in these interviews. Thank you so much and good luck for everybody this year. To watch the full version of my advanced riding videos and support the development of this channel, click the join button below and become a member. And thereby you will get access to exclusive videos where I go through the most advanced skill levels and also explaining things from a physics standpoint, because I have a background in science and thereby studying physics, so I'm able to explain actual riding technique and the mechanics of riding, also bike setup, in a way that you don't see on many other channels. Also, I share my own step-by-step methods on how I track my own progress and riding technique development. So if you're interested in that, consider becoming a member and clicking the join button. And if you like tropical island holidays, visit fitcamp5.com for my 2-time TripAdvisor award-winning training camp, where we train fitness and action sports together while learning to live a healthy lifestyle and, maybe most importantly, have fun at the same time. And if you're really serious about improving yourself, you should definitely check out my full online courses where I share step-by-step programs on how I develop my own routines over the last 12 years as a CEO working in 4 different countries, while being a successful competitive athlete with more than 20 years of experience in fitness and nutrition. Check the link in the description for that. And in any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, be awesome, believe in yourself, and see you on the next one.